Direct materials. What is direct material? Direct materials are materials that are recognized with a specific product. All the basic raw materials that are used in the manufacture of a particular article is identified as direct materials. It directly enters into the production process and becomes part of the finished goods. Some of the examples of direct materials are timber used in furniture, cotton used in textile mills, etc. Indirect materials are those materials which cannot be traced to a product which is in the production process. Examples are fuel, oil, waste, and also nails used in furniture. So that is what is indirect materials. So these terms are actually really connected to direct materials. We will be explaining each of them in the list. So next one is inventory. Inventory means stock of raw materials, work in progress, and finished products, and inventory control means a system of controlling the inventory, making sure there exists seamless production process in the manufacturing of a product. Inventory control systems is also defined as the systematic control over purchases made, storage and use of raw materials in such a manner that there exists minimum possible cost of materials. Next we'll see what is intent. An intent is a formal request for the purchase of goods prepared by a storekeeper or a department head. The original copy of the triplicate copies is sent to the purchasing department and the duplicate copy is kept by the storekeeper. Next we'll take a look at what is purchase order. A purchase order is a document prepared by the purchase department and sent to the supplier requesting him to supply the materials request sent via the purchase order. It's an evidence of contract between supplier and the purchase department that may belong to a manufacturing concern or a center of production. All the terms and conditions relating to the purchase normally is shown in the purchase order. Next, we'll take a look at what is bills of material. A bill of material, also raw material specification list, is a schedule of standard quantities of material required for a job or in a unit of production. It is usually prepared by the planning department or the engineering department in standard forms. Once the raw materials are supplied by the supplier and under the control of the receiving clerk, he or she checks for specifications, descriptions, quantity and quality of the materials as per the original purchase order sent. If everything is in order, the supply is accepted and the receiving department and clerk prepares what is known as good receiving report or the material inward note, which is prepared in duplicate. Next, we'll take a look at the store terms. So in stores, which is there with the factory, where the inventory, raw materials, components, finished goods, etc. is kept, the following queuing terms are valid in the context of stores. First one is reorder level. So what is reorder level? Reorder level at replenishing stock, minimum level to be maintained in hand all the time. Now what is a maximum level? Maximum level, danger level, etc. are when stocks fall below the minimum level, and average stock level is the average of minimum and maximum level, which holds true and valid. In a store, for instance, the materials are requested from the store by virtue of material requisitions done for a job or a work order in the center of production. Hence, what gets ascertained in a store is all the store's requisitions, store's return notes and material notes. These documents are collected and sorted in a cost center based on a document. That document is said to be material abstract or material analysis sheet. In a store, a bin card is used. If you see here, there is bin card. So in a store, it is used to quantitatively record the materials that are kept in a store. Usually receipts, issues and closing balances of each item of material is shown in a bin card. In double bin method, or in a double bin card in stores, a small bin is kept for stocks under minimum level and a large bin is kept for other materials. To the maximum extent possible, the small bin remains untouched, but if it is touched for want of materials, a fresh order is placed for procuring the raw material, and this system followed in the store is called the double bin method. Store's ledger, which is the last item, is similar to a bin card, but in addition to the quantity of materials in the store, it also records the value of materials that are to be kept in the store. So next we'll take a look at material controls in stores. Material control in stores relate to min-max plan, ABC control, perpetual inventory system and VED analysis. So let's say what is min-max plan. In min-max plan, for every material, two levels are filled, which are minimum level and a maximum level. The minimum level functions as the reorder point, which when replenished will bring the stock back to the maximum level. So from a minimum level to the maximum level. These are the only two levels which a store ever knows. Next is ABC control or ABC analysis, which is always better control. So in ABC analysis, the inventory control is based on selective inventory management. Items are divided into three categories, A, B and C, according to their importance. The item A, let's say, is 10% requiring an investment of 70%. It's only 10% of all the stock, but it requires an investment of 70%. Item B has items that are less important, where their investment and percentage of items are equal, more or less equal. And category C is where it does not require heavy investments, but it makes up 70% of the inventory. The items that are marked A requires greater degree of control and C requires the least degree of control. And the items B will be in between A and C. In perpetual inventory system, which is the last item, there is a system of records maintained by the controlling department that reflects the physical movement of stocks and their current balances. Continuous stock taking is a feature of perpetual inventory system, which means physical verification of stock records with the actual number of stocks as opposed to periodic stock taking, which happens once in a year when the center of production will be shut down. So this covers most of direct materials.